Doing well.
Was that any time?
Well, I've got 9 o'clock on the wall.
That happened quick. Good morning.
Jay, would you lead us in prayer?
Sure.
Thank you.
Lord, thank you for this day, for being with us, watching over us. Please watch over the commissioners as they make decisions and lead them and guide them and thank them in your name. And just, Lord, please send us rain if it's your will. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everyone. We're in a regular scheduled Eastland County Commissioners Court meeting, January the 10th, 2022. Get used to that. And all commissioners and county judge are present. We have a quorum also at the table of the county auditor and county clerk. And item number 1 is to read and sign the minutes. I have 2 sets. One is from December the 13th at 9 o'clock, and one is from December the 27th at 9 o'clock. Anyone? Was there another one?
I only have December the 27th.
That's all I've got.
Phew. I think we did that last
You think so?
meeting.
All right.
Pretty, hang on just a second. Yes, sir, we did.
I wonder why that was sent to me. All right.
Oh, is that a certified copy?
It is?
That's for Judy Langford.
All right. Oh, for the
I had a note that she
administration.
needed. Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's where that goes. That's actually not number 1. That is number,
It goes
7.
with, yeah.
got it. That's why that's in there. All right. So just the December 27th at 9 o'clock minutes. Any questions or comments? We have a motion to accept the minutes as prepared.
Motion. Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. Right.
This is not for today. It goes with December the 13th minutes because she's on that agenda.
Oh, it's
And
for the CDBG MIT program.
Yes, that's
All right,
it. Yes, sir.
Got it. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
We'll go back there. Item number 2 is discuss, consider, propose, or pending contracts and agreements. I don't have anything that's come in after the filing of this agenda for these items. Anyone else have anything to consider today? All right, then item number 3 is discuss, consider renewing a contract with Pitney Bowes for postage meter machine. Ms. May. Ms. May has been working on the contract to renew this.
Good morning. I'm all over. Oh, you're okay? That's how I normally am.
All right, tell us what we've got here.
Well, it's the proposed new lease for the postage machine that would, if we signed it, would take effect, I believe, March 29th. He did give us two different ones to look at, because the first one was showing that it was going to be a little bit higher.
48 cents.
Yeah, 48 cents
a
I think it was was it a month or was it per quarter? But he gave us one that was a step pricing where the first 2 payments would be at a lower cost, and then whenever our new budget would come about in October, that it would raise it up a little bit more to keep us from having to go over the budget now.
It's the first, the one that you got him to send to the last, it's a 60-month contract. We do have an opt-out clause on it if we don't appropriate the funds. And it's for 12 months at $300.46, which is less than we're paying now. quite a bit less than we're paying now. But then the last 48 months, it would step up to $394.72. So really, it works out to being almost the same, but we don't have to make any kind of a budget change if we take this, what they're calling a step agreement. They are part of the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts Cooperative Contract. And so they send us all that from the state, from the CPA from the state. What do you think is better, to do the step or try to amend your budget? It's actually not your budget, it's the non-departmental
Right,
budget, but you're in
right.
charge of the machine, so.
I mean, to me, it sounds like the step option would be better, so that way you don't have to make any type of adjustments
And then we can work
now.
the new
Let me
budget,
see the other one.
we
That's
can
the
work
first
the new
one he
budget
sent.
in during the budget
Or do you want
process.
the old one? Which one do you? That's the first, then that's what he sent as the step.
Okay, and we're paying how much right now per quarter?
1127.13.
Judge, I think it'd be better to go ahead, I mean, it is literally 48 cents a quarter.
It's slightly different,
Mhm.
slightly higher. Is that better for your bookkeeping to do that? than
Yes,
just
sir.
make an amendment in the budget?
Yes, sir. Well, yes, and I'll just have to move a little bit of money from one budget line to this line.
Versus working it into the next, I guess.
Right, because then we're talking about next time a $20 a quarter increase. So I think let's just go ahead and do that.
The 48 cents.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we'll also need to get the authority to give to Andrea to sign the contract. So do we have a motion to accept the agreement with Pitney Bowes, make the budget adjustment, and to allow Andrea May to sign the new contract?
I'll make you judge.
No, second.
All right, I'm gonna let Kathy get caught up over there. I tried to get them to take the 48 cents off and just leave it, but they wouldn't go for that.
Yeah, he's like, unfortunately, like, it's 48 cents.
All right, we have a motion before us. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign. And that carries.
Can I get a copy of the signature page once you sign it? Awesome, thank you.
Not with me, I'll do the whole thing.
Okay.
All right. You want her to go ahead and sign it now while she's here? Do you have the correct?
I have it right here.
Okay, might as well. And then will you send it back off to Pitney Bowes?
The 10th.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Kathy, for the record, if you would, put this is a master contract that goes with that from the state.
Oh, and I want it after they sign it and send it back to me, the whole thing like that.
Wait,
Same for you, after they sign it and send it back?
Yes, if you'd go ahead and sign this one, and then I'll just put their signature with it.
Yep.
I think I might have this, let me look and compare.
Well, I think it's the same thing that Sandy probably signed 5 years ago. I
Yeah, I
don't know if
think
that's exactly the
Andrea's-
same master or not.
Okay, I think she's attached it to mine front and back.
Okay.
Let me compare, and if not, I'll put it with it.
Okay. Andrew and I have been going back and forth about this for a couple of weeks, try to get Pitney Bowes to do something.
48 cents.
48 cents, they wouldn't budge. They wouldn't budge.
They could have dropped some options off of the machine, but. Okay,
Awesome, thank you.
you're welcome, and I will get y'all copies.
Good deal.
All right,
All right, thank you, Andrea.
thank y'all.
Okay.
I know, they told me.
All right, item number 4 is discuss, consider accepting for filing in the minutes the racial profiling report for Constable Precinct 2, Jay Drusido.
Yes, sir.
Anything, we have the report.
I'm required by law to file it every year and required, my bedtime reads and required to file it with y'all. I have to file it through my agency to stop vehicles, so therefore it's exempt, but I still have to file it.
Right. All right. Gentlemen, questions or comments on the Constable Precinct 2 racial profiling report?
I'll make the motion.
Second. Make a motion to accept the report as filed and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. Good deal. Thank you, Jay. And item number 5 is discuss and consider the pipeline crossing agreement with Morton Valley Water Supply Corporation for CR 459 in Precinct 2. Commissioner Crenshaw.
Yeah, with Morton Valley, I usually have no trouble with them. They're gonna bore this road in 3 or 4 places anyways. Well, actually, 4 or 5 places. So I don't see any problem with them.
Okay.
County Road 459.
And that's located entirely in Precinct 2, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just right out edge of range.
Okay. All right. Any other questions or comments on CR 459? All right. May we have a motion then to enter into this agreement with Morton Valley Water Supply Corporation?
Motion.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. All right. James, are you gonna get them a copy of it, or let
I don't know.
Kathy send them a copy of it?
I've got, let's see. I've got this one here if you want it. Do you want the whole deal?
Why don't
You
I
need a
just,
signed copy, what?
yeah, let me, cause I'll have to put my seal on there. So let me just make them a copy and send it to them after you guys sign it.
Okay,
And I'll get you one too for your file.
okay.
All right, that takes us to item number 6, discuss and consider healthy county contest participation by employees and possible incentives for participation. Commissioner Raines.
Come on up, brother. You know, last time we kicked this around last meeting, and after that, I sent an email to these 2 ladies about an ideal of trying to come up with stuff, and what I would propose is a $50 reward card for everybody that completes a contest. I think if I did the timing right, 3 of them would be this budget, and the other 2 things I propose would be the next budget, which is budget for. Robin said there's between 10 to 15 people that actually complete the contest, and we're trying to get a little more than that. Then I would also propose that at the end, everybody that completes all 4 contests, we put in a hat, Robin draws a name, and they get a $500 card.
And then just for the record, this does help on our insurance.
This helps on our insurance.
Quite a bit, because if we've got this, if we complete these programs, it reduces our premium.
It's all through the TAC, so they know who does it and who doesn't and who participates and that kind of stuff. And trying to drive that 11% increase down for next year, we're gonna have to do something on it. But that's my mindset, my thoughts. I asked Robin about how many people participate and that kind of stuff and what we kind of look at. So you're looking at less than $2,500 for, way less than $2,500 even for this cycle, for these 3 contests.
Are you getting much involvement with it before we do this incentive?
No, not necessarily.
Because it just
So,
started right now. hasn't
well,
it?
it did just start, but I mean, I've been the wellness coordinator for a couple of years now, and it's just, I know when it first came out a long time ago, almost 10 years ago. Is that how long it's been? It's been a while. There was a lot of interest, everybody put on their little pebble and they walked and they whatever, but over the years, it's kind of, the interest has waned. If I can, in addition to what he was saying, I brought show and tell. So this is the incentive, if you take one and pass it around. Just last year's kind of example for you to see. So when you're talking about, what it's gonna cost. So if we have more participation because you're offering that reward, then we get a bigger piece of this pie. So our pie is $5,000. So for Eastland County, it's, if you'll see there in the middle on the right, it's 50 to 99 people, and I think we have 96. It varies. Around there, anywhere between, but we don't go over that really, 99, right? So 50 to 99 is pretty much consistent, or it has been from what I've seen in the past. Anyway, so it's a little complicated, but, so we get a percentage of however many people participate in the county challenges. If they complete at least 3 of the county challenges, we get a percentage, of that. If 10% participate, then we get 10% of that, you know, and it goes on up. You can see that right there. There's a couple other things, you know, just as an aside to pay for itself, like what
Yeah.
Robert is saying. I mean, this can't be guaranteed because it's gonna be based on, you know, people that actually participate. The second portion in there is something called a county-specific initiative, and what other counties do is they, have like a physical. If you go get a physical, then you get a, you know, $25 reward card or a $50 reward card. And that becomes a county-specific initiative, and if it's a yearly thing, then the county receives 30% of that amount, which 30% of 5,000 is 1,500. So, I mean, right there, if you had like something like that, and not everyone has to participate, as you can see, as long as you have the program out there, and, you know, you have a few people doing it, then you still get the 30%. Depending on how many participate, you get extra more money. And then so for each training, or like some of the programs we had, the Healthy County Workshop we had in Rosti, the county also receives 10% of that 5,000. So, I mean, there's a lot of ways in there. Right now, I'm actually talking with Shamira, trying to get another program that we had approved to get some extra dollars. But I mean, right now, as it stands, we had, I think, 4 people complete 3 of the challenges. And so there's that, I mean, we had a lot of people participate in different ones, but only 4 participate in all 3 to get that 10%. So right now, we have like $600 that's coming back to us, unless I can get her to approve another one that I'm waiting on, and then it'll be 1,100.
Well,
So-
and Andy and I talked about it the other day, the problem is in their incentive program, and Kathy sparked on this too, is it's hard to get that $15 bonus bucks type situation. And so, as I know Andy and I both first, when it first started, we got into it good and hard, and then it just become tedious because it wasn't worth the time.
Right. Well, and that too, the programs have changed throughout the years, and so there was probably about the time that you started doing it, it wasn't Sonic Boom, it was something else. I don't remember the
It's
name of it.
changed the name
But
a
it
couple of
was-
times.
That was extremely more complicated because you had to go in and log your information. Now with Sonic Boom, you do nothing. I mean,
Right.
if you're registered with Sonic Boom, like, I mean, I saw your name this morning,
Yeah.
you've been stepping already.
Yeah.
You didn't go in and do it.
No, it was,
You
I
did
was
nothing.
already in there.
And like Christina, I saw, but I saw her name this morning. She, you know, she didn't do anything this morning, but the program started this morning.
Right.
You
When
know what
I
I
was
mean?
talking about getting the rewards though, once you finish it, it was like you had to work labor
And the other
intense to
program,
get
it
that.
was.
Yes.
The one right
That's when I
now,
quit
I'm
right
setting
there.
on
Me too.
$130. I mean, it's just sitting there waiting for me to get.
Yeah.
It, with the Sonic Boom portal. The other one was more difficult. You, Andy, I know you had trouble getting it when it was the other program.
Yeah.
And you had to go in and request like a gift card to be sent. Right now, it just sits there. As long as you're in the program, like I said, I haven't cashed mine for several years, and so I have 130 just sitting there. I can either ask for a gift card or buy something with it, so.
And
The
it's
Sonic Boom is
My deal,
easier.
this would be a whole lot simpler.
Yes,
Because
yes.
we would know exactly X amount of people did it, X amount of
Yes.
people completed it, and we
Right.
provided.
No, I fully understand people do not do it for that $15 Boomer
Yeah.
bucks. I mean, it's there, but
Yeah.
I don't think people are doing it for that. But I think that if you had another incentive, and like you said, the big picture is
The
being healthier
overall.
and the overall. But
How would we initially fund this?
Well,
Well,
That's out of my wheelhouse.
I
I'm leaving.
have
Just kidding.
in front of you, the general fund non-departmental budget, and I've highlighted, the Healthy County Initiative, which after flu shots, we have $689.30 left. There's also contingency. I think this would be a great use of some of the contingency funds.
Well, and you're speculating until you get to the
Right.
point anyway on it.
Right.
Well, I know we will have a check from Healthy County for at least 600. I
Okay.
do know that for 100% in February,
Okay.
and maybe more if I can get
How
her to
much?
approve. 600.
600?
So you basically, you funded almost two with the contest right there, if you get 10 participants. So-
Is this as well gonna be, available for the part-time employees? There's always been that question of,
It needs to be. I mean, if they're willing to do the
yeah,
program.
I mean, even though they're not covered on health insurance, but they wanna participate in the program.
Well, they have to pay to participate in the program because they're not on our health insurance.
And how much is that?
And I don't know the answer
I
to
don't know that answer either, and I didn't know that they could do that. I have, in the very beginning, because I did want to reach out to the part-time people, because, I mean, if your whole office is getting, healthy, then it's good if the part-time person is also doing it,
Yeah.
along with you to help, whatever, because they may turn into a full-time person next
Right.
year. So what I did do in the past is I would just print off a log sheet for them to keep track of their own steps, or their own activity. And then, I mean, we do little prizes for everybody who finishes, and so if somebody turned in, their log sheet, then they would also get a little prize from us or whatever it's been. I mean, I think you got cupcakes one year.
Yeah.
But, they were carrot cake cupcakes, so they were healthy.
You had a vegetable.
Yeah.
Healthy cup.
So they were healthy cupcakes. So I did have that log sheet, but I just didn't have that much interest. But if there was an incentive attached,
Yeah,
Yeah.
would that be something? I mean, are y'all gonna withhold
think
the
that's a great
incentives for the
idea.
part-time, or you want them involved?
they just have to be responsible for keeping up their own steps
Yeah,
Yeah,
on a log
that's-
sheet.
if they followed all the guidelines
Yeah,
that
they
are set
followed
out.
everything, yeah.
Sure.
I don't see no problem with
I
it.
don't see a problem with it.
Is it expensive to join?
I don't remember
Oh,
how
okay.
much it was.
Okay.
I've never known that you could, so I don't know.
We could allow it if they want to do it, then they can make a decision about if it's expensive or not.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and if Sonic Boom will let them, is
Right.
another thing.
That's true. But that's what I was saying. If not, I mean, the log sheet, I mean, it's all based on honesty anyway,
Yeah.
Because, so they can log their time on a sheet, if
So you
that
can't
works,
tie
and just
on
turn
the
it in.
road car.
You can't tie it, no, it wouldn't last very
Just-
long.
I would say have them turn it into their department heads, and that way,
We can email it to you and then.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have a motion then to allow the incentives in whatever manner that Robin and perhaps
Awesome.
Robert can work out?
I have another question. You said $50 for each participant that completes each course?
Each course. There should
Okay.
be 4.
Okay, and then at
And-
the end, all 4 contests, then all names go into one bucket for a $500 drawing.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
That's what we,
no, I think
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
And we do need to note that whatever the employee receives from us is taxable, so it'll
Okay.
be
It'll
taxed
be
through payroll.
income.
Right.
ain't nothing we can do about
Is
that.
that your motion, Robert?
Yes, that's my motion,
Okay.
Kathy.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Once Kathy gets it scribed in over there.
And I'm doing my own shorthand, so.
I have the newsletters ready, except for that information, so I'll get
All
that
right.
out today.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign?
If you get 5
Okay.
now or 10 extra, I mean, if we
I
double
think-
the participation, the word of mouth will be,
His hands flapping stuff.
yeah, my mouth is too. I mean, the whole deal is to try to drive up the participation in the programs,
And by driving that up, again, we help our
Yeah,
insurance costs, so,
which
And we
Exactly.
have healthier employees.
well, that too,
And happier.
that too.
All right.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Robin. All right, item number 7 is discuss, consider possible action approving a resolution awarding grant administration services for the American Rescue Plan Act funding for Eastland County to Langford Community Management Services, Ms. Key. And there's nobody here from Langford. And then also, we've got some folks here from Olin Fire Department. When we get through talking with this, we'll bring that in and talk about the generator that they decided they want to do. So with that, Ms. Key, we just have one
Yes.
proposal, and that one's right
We
here.
just received one proposal, and it was from Langford Community Management. I did email it out yesterday. It's 92 pages.
I printed it out. I actually, I hit print before I realized that Loretta's email said it was 92 pages long. Then I went to canceling stuff.
Give a copy of all
I
of
do,
them.
yes, sir.
She does. And in front of you is a resolution, and the resolution is to authorize the fund administrator for the American Rescue Plan. This resolution gives Judge Fields, I believe it's in here in the last, authority to sign the contract. Yes, be it further resolved that any and all project-related services, contracts, or commitments with the above-named service provider is dependent on the successful negotiation of a contract with the service provider. The contract is attached. I gave it to Brad Stevenson. I sent it to Brad Stevenson Friday to look at. He is out of town, and if we could, if it's the desire of the court to move forward, adopt the resolution and give Brad Stevenson a few days to review the contract and give Judge Fields authority to sign it.
And I will point out a couple of things. I did read it, and the fee to be paid to Langford is $200,000. And that would be coming out of the ARPA funds. Here's how it would be paid. There are project delivery percentages.
Page 6.
Starting the record-keeping system, they get 10% of the contract fee. When 25% of the project funds are expended, they get another 20%. When another 50% of the project funds are expended, they get another 20%. 75% of project funds, they get 20%. And then at 100% of all the project funds expended, they get another 20%, which leaves 10% left over in their fees. And then when they file all required program closeout information, they get the final 10%. So that's where that would come in to pay for the administration. I think it's vital that we get some kind of administrator to make sure that we comply with everything that we're supposed to comply with, and it didn't come back on us that we've done something that's not an eligible expense. So, they were the only request for proposal that came in, and we've had good luck with them in the past on several different projects.
I'll make a motion to use them and allow you to sign anything in relation
I'll
to
second.
the resolution and the agreement.
Okay, we've got a motion to allow me to sign a resolution, adopt the resolution, sign the resolution, and any other associated documents along with the grant administration?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we have a second? All in favor, say aye. Aye as well on that, Kathy. Okay, I will get all that signed and sent to you and get you to, it doesn't have a place
Would you sign one?
for the test, but I think that'd be a good idea to have that on there, Kathy.
Okay. On the resolution as well.
Yes. Okay, there's that.
Is there a place on the contract that?
There is,
the
I
agreement?
believe, I know at the very
Oh, there it
first,
is. Gotcha.
there's a place to put in the date. You want me to go ahead and sign yours as a placeholder?
Yes, and I'll attest it, and I can take yours too if you want me to.
There's mine.
Kathy, there's also a date on the first page that goes with this contract here.
Okay, thank
Oh,
you.
you got it in there, okay, you got it, all right. And then in that same discussion last week, Matt Richardson, the Olin Fire Chief, came over, and brought me a contract, or proposal, not a contract, proposal, with Olin Volunteer Fire Department, and Dwayne Hunter's here. Dwayne, you want to tell us what you've got proposed there that goes along with some of this funding that may come out your way?
We actually have two proposals, or two quotes on the.
I just have this one that he brought me from Rutledge.
Rutledge Elections. I got another one out of Sweetwater, the outfit. I'm not even sure what their name are, but, their name is, but it was like almost 40 grand, 39 something. Where this one is 21.
Okay. And that's to put a new generator at your station in Olin?
Yes, at 38 kW. The other company bid a 36, which is smaller.
And it's twice the money.
It's twice
Almost
as much.
the money.
We've done business with Rod Rutledge in the past. He's a stand-up kind of guy.
And they're out of Stephenville, so they're kind of local?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right, well, let us get through this, and I'll talk this over with Matt. Let us get through this grant administration process. We'll put that in there about you're wanting to have a generator at your department over there. And gentlemen, do we want to take action to say this is something that we want to do, is getting them a generator at Olin VFD?
We can, I mean, at least it shows you that this is what we're in support of.
Okay, we're in support of it, that's what
Yeah.
we'd say.
Weren't we gonna do like a $25,000
Yeah,
to each fire department anyway?
yeah, but they were gonna
Yeah.
do, this would be for her to do the bidding out and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Well, they're actually gonna need a little bit more than the 21, because they've gotta do a pad 1700.
Yeah.
That's an option. He put
Okay.
that on as an option. If he pours a 5x10 pad, it'd be 1,700. Like
Okay.
that's what that is.
Yeah,
You know, we have that option, let him do it, we can do it ourselves.
And you gotta get another propane tank, a larger propane tank or something too, to go with it? Okay, well, it's gonna be a little bit more than the 21,000,
Yes.
probably.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm sure it'll be 25 plus.
yeah. Okay, so like we've done in the other departments, do we wanna say we support spending up to 25,000 for fire department
I'm good.
for an eligible use?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a motion for that?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made, seconded, that we support this. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Aye as well. All right, okay.
Thank
We
you,
will,
guys.
we will let Judy know about this and get to working on it.
We'll introduce the new assistant fire chief, Stephen Forbes. He is that like Leon. He's been on the department a couple of years.
Okay, Stephen?
Meet y'all.
Yes, you bet. I think I've seen you before.
Yes.
Yeah, good deal. Good to
That's
see you.
probably not a good deal for the judge to say, I think I've seen you.
It might have been, it could have been.
Oh, okay.
Church. Or it could have,
Back when he was coming to church.
There you go.
to this church. Might have been jury duty. It could, doesn't have to be, in court in a bad way. Commissioner Raines. All right. Moving on here, number 8, 911 update or property dispatch update. Sheriff.
I gave everybody a copy here, but, December we ran 3,663 calls, which was an average of 118 calls per day. Since September, which is, we started tracking this about a week into September with our new CAD system and all that. We've done 14,094 calls. Everything before that, for the first 8 months, January through August, was the old. We weren't capturing everything, which was one of the good things about going to the CAD system. It helped us actually capture out there, you know. So with the old numbers plus the new numbers, it's 23,937 calls for the year 2021.
Wow.
I fully expect that number to be around 40,000 of next year, now that we're tracking everything. So it's pretty busy. We've been having some electrical issues, some interference on the back end of of the radios that we've been trying to figure this out. Finally, we got out there and we rewired the radio room electrical, and in the process we also took apart one of the breaker boxes and found the A panel, the A bar was broke in there, and they had a neutral that was tied into the ground. We had all that replaced, all that redone, and it seems to have cleared that up. We also had to replace lights on the tower and a couple of the sockets on the tower as well. So, but it seems so far, knock on wood, it seems to have cleared that up. We've got dispatchers in and out with COVID. It's running crazy right now, but other than that, everything's going good.
Do you see so many extra calls because you have like a motor vehicle accident and everybody with a cell phone starts calling 911? You see a lot of that going on?
Some of that is that, but it doesn't stop the fact that the dispatchers are having to answer those phones and route those people and talk to those people and all that stuff. So some of it is multiple calls, not all of it, by no means, but yeah, some of that's accounted for. But it doesn't mean that they're not. Just because the same call, they're still having to answer the 15 calls coming in on it, and deal with all that stuff. So they are busy out there. You can't even get a word in edgewise anymore when you go out there. You can't finish a sentence because you go to say something and the phone's ringing. They stop you. So anyway, it's going good out there though, I think.
All right, Jim, any questions or comments on dispatch for 911? And I don't have anything on 911 addressing. Anybody else have any issues with dispatch or 911? All right, good deal. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.
All right. That takes us to item 10, personnel matters. Ms. Key.
Yes, you each have a report.
Skip
Burn ban.
I did skip the burn ban. Sorry about that. Skip
Judge
number
already knows
9.
what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You think we need to leave the burn ban on?
She dry.
It's real dry.
And the wind blowing like 90 miles an hour.
Surely nobody has an idea of taking the burn ban off, do
If
they?
you took it off, then we could put it right back on, maybe.
Maybe right.
That's true.
All right. No change to the burn ban then. The burn ban stays in effect. All right, now personnel matters.
And now you each have a report. The time period of this report is from December 8th to January 10th. During that time period, there were 3 new hires, 1 full-time deputy treasurer, 1 full-time criminal investigator, and 1 full-time jail guard. There were also 2 employment terminations, 1 full-time jail guard and 1 full-time road hand for precinct 2.
All right. Anyone else have any personnel issues, reports to bring today? All right, with that, then can we have a motion to accept this personnel report as presented?
Motion. Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Any other? And that carries. All right, that takes us to item 11, budgetary and appropriative matters. 11A, certification of additional revenue.
None at this meeting, Judge.
Okay. 11B, emergency amendments.
None at this meeting.
All right. 11C, amendment changes by fund.
None at this meeting.
You're kidding me. All right.
I'm waiting to get into net data.
Okay. 11D, report of financial condition.
You have a report. This is an unreconciled report. This is a regular meeting report. The first section of the report is the cash position report. You'll see it showing the beginning cash balance, revenues, expenditures from accounts payable, payroll, and other sources for the month of January, and then the ending cash balance. The first 4 pages, I believe, are the funds that are on the regular fiscal year. And also in this report, if you will disregard funds 98 and 99, that is operations clearing and payroll clearing. And then the next report is juvenile and adult probation with the same information. And on the second page of that report, it's listing funds 98 and 99, if you would disregard those also.
What were those funds?
98 and 99.
Oh, okay.
And the last page is the scheduled lease payments, showing the 4 lease purchase payments for Road and Bridge.
Okay, gentlemen, questions, comments? Can we have a motion to accept the report of financial condition, unreconciled balances as of January the 9th into the record?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. All right, that takes us to 11E, investment report.
No investment report.
Okay, 11F is financial reports. And Kathy, let's see, I've got the sheriff's report, which we'll get to that in just a moment. I've got the appraisal district. Do you have any other ones that I haven't gotten to yet?
Hang on just a second. I'll catch
Okay.
up with you. There's a slew this time.
Do you not have JP and district clerk?
I haven't seen them, unless they're back in this. Wait just a minute, maybe they're in here.
Okay, so I have the sheriff's monthly report, the county clerk, financial, agri-life, both departments, constables 1 and 2, the sheriff's fee report, the tax office, DMV, ECAD, district clerk, JP's 1, 2, and 4
Okay,
is what I have, Judge.
okay. And Sheriff, you want to tell us about the sheriff's report at this point, and then we'll accept everything in?
Sure. In December, we had 406 calls for service, 52 calls, 52 reports generated. We filed 10 cases with DA. 17 transports, 3,043 miles worth of transport mileage, 21 citations, 39 warnings, 46 arrests, 57 pieces of civil process served, 36 livestock calls. We did 77 business checks. Mental health services were 11, mental health transports were 3, and the daily average holding was 72. Most of the month was spent working on those deer camp thefts and burglaries. We worked with several different agencies to get that going, and we're actually still doing some residual stuff on that. There was a lot to it. It's a big spiderweb of mess, but we got those guys arrested, and they're still currently sitting in jail right now. And miraculously, our thefts have stopped. So it's funny how that works.
Maybe the right ones have been incarcerated.
Might have been
maybe.
the right ones. But anyway, so we spent a lot of the month doing that. We have a bad outbreak of COVID going on over there in the jail. We have 8 inmates and several jailers at this point. We're taking every precaution that we can. We've talked to the Department of Health. We've talked to DeLuca, and we're doing what we can. We've got pods isolated. We've got seg cells isolated. We're masked up. We're disinfecting, whole 9 yards. We're not taking any unnecessary risks back there, and it is what it is. I mean, we'll have it the rest of our life, so in one form or another. So we're just trying to do as much damage control as we can without letting everybody go. So that's what I got.
Anybody, any questions or comments on the sheriff's report?
What area was all the robberies and stuff?
They were all over the county, our county, Jalapeno County, Stevens County, Erath County.
Did you recover any?
We've recovered thousands of dollars
Ain't no
worth of stuff.
batteries in there, are they?
Did you play some batteries?
No, I don't have batteries, but we recovered tractors, guns, 4-wheelers, side-by-sides, all sorts of stuff. And there's still all sorts of stuff missing that we're still looking for. We won't get it all back, but we're trying.
Were these guys holding it, or did they pawn it and sell it all?
They're
Or just all sorts?
selling it, trading it, holding it, stashing it for a rainy day.
Locals?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So,
Why don't you do something you can for the crowd?
All right. Thank you, Sheriff.
thank y'all.
Can we have a motion?
Wait, I'm sorry. Could I go over the Eastland County Appraisal District report too before you accept all the reports? On the 5th page of the report, it says Eastland County Appraisal District Monthly Certified Report. If you'll look at 2021, the far right shows that as of the end of December, the 21 taxes are 63.89% collected.
Okay.
And I believe everything goes delinquent January 31st.
It does. All right. With that then, can we have a motion to accept all these reports as named, including the one the sheriff just gave us?
Motion.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. Those are approved for filing. And that takes us to number 12, bills, claims, and accounts. Ms. Keith.
There are 8 sets. The first set is January 7th payroll, that is gross wages. Then January 7th payroll, all regular payroll payables other than workers' comp and unemployment. Then January 13th, com data, and that will be paid today. Then there's a December 18th com data that will also be paid today. A January 5th com data that will be paid today. December 30th, that's December end of month payroll payables. And then regular payables for today, and if you will look at page 24, in the middle of the page, there is Ketonics. And the second entry there, the $369.94 computer supply entry is out of Justice Court Technology. I will need permission to make the expenditure before approving the payable.
Loretta, I believe you skipped January 4th.
Did I skip January 4th? Oh, yes, there is January 4th payables.
That's the one you were talking about that had Ketonics in it.
No, that's the regular, the last page.
It's a small one.
Not according to my file. This is one that's stapled together. It says,
No, you got
Oh,
two in
okay.
your hand.
oh, I do have 2 in my hand. Good grief. Never mind, you're right. Why was I even questioning you?
Was wondering that too.
It's never worked.
January 4th was the FEMA grant for the dam. That was a payment on that to Eastland County Water Supply.
Any questions or comments on the payables? All right, hearing none, then can we have a motion to pay all the payables just discussed to include the Ketonics expense for operating and computer supplies out of Justice Court Tech Fund?
Motion. Second.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that carries.
Whoever went back and put all this in that data, thank y'all. I know y'all worked
Christina's.
hard.
Thank
I have
you.
about 300 checks left to manually enter.
Awesome, that's good.
Lisa's in November receipts right now.
Okay, good.
We're
Stop,
getting there.
stop just a minute. Have you ever think you'd say thank you for going back to that?
I never did,
Thank
not on
you.
this side of the ground.
Thank you for going back to that data.
Just for a season though.
Yeah. It was a huge sigh of relief though.
Yeah.
Yes. Loretta, if you need anything else signed by me on the grant administration with Ms. Langford, let me know.
Okay, just the contract after Brad Stevenson
Too short. I'm gonna
looks
just
at it.
Okay?
get over here.
And then you'll send it to her and let her know?
I will send her the resolution and let her know that
Okay.
he's reviewing the contract.
Okay.
ready to go on that down, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, the only thing is if your computer updated to Windows 11, your printer's probably not going to work again because Windows, every time it does an update, resets everything.
I don't let it update.
You're supposed to.
My dad used to point his finger like that at
Mine,
me.
Really? I'm just saying,
every
wait,
time
I'm
I
just
try
pump,
to
that's my
update,
pump
it
the
says
brakes.
Trend
Oh,
micro or something.
Hold on.
Kinda scared me.
Yeah, Carrie has to turn off
When you
trim
called off the
micros.
names of the reports a while ago, did you
So I
put
have to
district
get-
clerk report
So
on
I
there?
just
I did.
Okay, all right, good.
Yep,
get
I
out
did.
of it and don't let it
Because she sent
update.
everything electronically, and what I'm trying to do now, when she sends everything electronically, is to make sure she sent it to all of us, and then print out 3 paper copies, one for you, one for Rhoda, and one for me to put in my files.
Okay, yeah, she usually prints hers off and brings them to me.
Okay,
So,
see,
yeah.
I don't know what happens outside of what I'm seeing on the
Yeah.
screen, okay.
Yep, thank you though.
I'm trying to make that flow a little better, so we're not double printing or not printing at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I think we've concluded everything. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Yes, sir, you can.
Do we have a second? I vote second to adjourn. I'll second the motion.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye. Say aye. Aye, aye, aye. It's unanimous.
Just have another